one from your test says complete and solve the proportion, right? And your proportion was x over 12 equals what over 8? All right. Well, this proportion was about a triangle. Good point. Let me turn on the... And this triangle was definitely a right triangle. That's your 90-degree angle. In this triangle, you have the perpendicular, or the altitude, whichever way you want to call it, from the 90-degree angle to the opposite side. This one here. More, they're telling me a few sides. First of all, they're telling that the altitude is 12. This segment here on the right is 8. And this one is x, right? And we are supposed to complete this proportion here. What should be, or what can we do here? X over 12. X over 12 is the same as what over 8? Lourdes? Well, I'm not sure. But let's check x and 12. X seems to be one side in this small triangle here, right? There's definitely one side of that triangle. And I know that that triangle is a right one. Hold on. This is a right triangle, right? And x is opposing this angle. Let me use a different color. This angle right there, right? Which angle is congruent to what angle from, let me use a different color for the other triangle, for this green triangle here. Which angle do you think is this one congruent to? Is it this small angle here or the other one? Let me put some letters on it because that will help. A, B, C, and D. And I have angle ABD, this green one right there. In the green triangle, what will be the corresponding angle to that one? What would be the angle that is congruent to this ABD angle here? Is it angle DBC or angle BCD? Because I know angle BDC is 90 degrees, right? So which one is? This one, where C is, or the other one? Which one is congruent to my little angle, my little friend here? Say hello to my little friend. I just got a picture on Facebook from one of my friends. He lives in Florida, and he was showing the motel or hotel where the famous Scarface was giving the, eternal now or forever living line. Say hello to my little friend. Whatever the accent was, I cannot do the Cuban, or I don't know what accent was that. So what is it? Which angle is congruent to this one? ABD or BCD? Well, BCD, this angle right here, will be the same, right? All right. So now, I'm going back to my proportion. Anthony, remove your gum. Welcome back. X in the yellow triangle opposes what angle? This one, right? 12 opposes the same angle. I mean, that's another way in which we can figure out which angles are congruent. Now, 8. I'm starting with the green triangle. 8 opposes what angle? Well, this small angle right here, right? Which is definitely congruent to this one. Which means if I have 8 at the bottom in the yellow triangle, on the top, I should have the side that opposes the same angle. And that side seems to be what? 12, right? So if you got 12 for this one, That's the answer. But you solved only half of it. Derek, wake up and start taking some notes. So let's rewrite the proportion. I have x over 12 equals 12 over 8. Before you do the next step and find x from this proportion, whichever way you find, what is one move that will simplify my life here, just looking at the second fraction, 12 over 8. I can simplify both by what? By 4, right? So if you divide 12 by 4, that will give you a 3. If you divide 8 by 4, that will give you a 2. So your proportion becomes now x over 12 equals 3 over 2, right? An easy way to solve it, instead of doing the cross multiplication, is to work your way backwards from this complete fraction, okay? And just think about this way. 2 times what gives you 12? 2 times 6. Well, to keep the same fraction here, if you multiply the bottom by a number, you should multiply the top by the same number. 3 times 6 will give you x. So x is what? 18. Now that was one way. You're going to say, well, we didn't learn it that way, or I like to go with the cross multiplication here. And you can go that way. You can go with the cross multiplication and do the first cross product, x times 2, or 2x, equals the other cross product, right? Which is 12 times 3, which is 36. Now if you solve this equation, dividing by 2 both sides, you still find that x is what? 18. There are many ways in which you can solve this problem. And this is it. You're done. You found the missing side, 12, and you find x, the missing side in the yellow triangle. You should call it done.